a renewal process, a renewal of the soul. Welcome back. If you're new here, come on in, join us. It's going to be fun. Different types of topics on this channel, from engineering, lifestyle videos, anything that comes to mind and I feel inspired to share. I plan to share this on YouTube. As you can see, I changed up my hair and I straightened it, but I did have a really good workout, and so it kind of got messed up a little bit. I'm not going to put more heat on it. I'm just going to rock it how it is. Today, I came on here to talk a little bit about the Great Lent, or we call it Tsom in Amharic. Depending on what religious background you're in, there is a 40-day fast or up to 55-day fast. I believe the Ethiopian Orthodox fasting lasts for 55 days. So I'll be doing that. I've actually written down a few things that I want to accomplish and be more intentional about. So I'm just really excited to share that with you. And if there's anyone out there who is also doing this fast, I'd like to know what kind of journey that you want to accomplish in your own way. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So number 5 is self-care. I want to give it my all, and so that comes with actually taking care of myself, and that could look like praying every morning, making sure that mentally I'm stepping into the world with a good intention in mind. And so self-care isn't just fancy self-care routines, it's also taking care of ourselves internally. And the whole point of like doing this fast is also to kind of learn a few things about ourselves and hopefully carry that on in our regular life too. A renewal process, a renewal of the soul is how I see it, and I've done it since I was like 12 years old. But number 4 on the list is going to be actually going to church. Now, I haven't put anything like, oh, I have to go once a week or anything like that, because I didn't want to overcommit, but I also, I wanted to put that out there. I've always been those type of people that I'm like, hey, if you need to pray, you can always pray in the little corner that you have in your little prayer room. And I've always had this like prayer room, but there's a different air when you go into church and actually pray amongst people who are also there to do the same thing as you. So you kind of feel like you have this community base where you can worship together. This one is just kind of silly, but I just threw it in there because I want to be more filtered. It's not like I cuss a lot, but whenever I do, it's something that has upset me and I just kind of like can't help myself and I just curse. But I'm trying not to curse as much. I work in construction, and sometimes I go in the field and I'm just hanging out with the boys and they're cursing and I'm like low-key cursing too, but maybe not as loud as them. But I'm just like, I just kind of like don't think about it as anything, and I don't feel offended if someone curses. I kind of see why people say like they stop cursing, because when I think about it, I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds gross coming out of my mouth. I'll try my best and I might slip up a little bit, but that's something that I want to get in a habit of, and so that even when I'm outside of Tsom, I can carry that on to my worldly life. So the second one is to be more at peace with the state of things in life. We hear a lot of things that may be going up or down or side to side, whatever the case may be. I think my intention with this Tsom is just to kind of be at peace with everything and lean more into God's will. As humans, we're all going to plan for something, and I'm always going to have some sort of structure, but I want Him to be the foundation of things and kind of giving up control in some sense, and knowing that it's above you. It's like, it's above me now kind of meme. It leaves that responsibility to God to help you kind of navigate these things in life. And lastly, this one is the obvious one, is going vegan. That's something that I told you I've always done since I was like 12 years old. So that is just more of like the dietary restrictions, which I think is like a really huge portion of the fasting, because your body's being deprived of certain things where you're kind of feeding your spirit. It's not just about the food, it's also about self-discipline and just kind of building our strength internally and strengthening our spirit. Don't always go and grab what you want, like beating our earthly desires in a way and kind of focusing on the spiritual side of ourselves.